Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and go over this briefing so we can give a head start on everything for the next mission. The 406 guys, the MiG-29s, they're not going to be a real big factor in this upcoming mission. They're just going to be flying CAS on the front line. That's it. They're just going to be hanging out on the front line, bombing stuff. Pretty much not going to be much of a factor. As far as the main game plan for this mission, we got Fang Flight, who's going. I know it's on a racetrack, or it's a deed strike, but it's not really a deed strike. I used it just for the more proper waypoints. So basically, what's going to happen is you're going to fly out here. You're going to fly a racetrack between these two, between this mountain here. And on that racetrack, you're going to be using your air-to-ground radar to locate a moving convoy coming in from Beslin. They have a fairly large convoy that's moving out. Plenty of stuff for everybody to blow up. Should be pretty simple, pretty fair, pretty easy with our air-to-ground radar. So that's going to be that flight. As far as protection goes, now this is imperative. So Gas Flight is going to be flying a racetrack from 1 to 2, flying back and forth, and they have to own this airspace. Like, they got to dominate. Like, you guys got to just smash this right here and keep it smashed. I know it. People are going to die. There's going to be a lot of shit going on, and people are going to die. I don't expect everybody to make it home, especially in the cap flight. But do your best to keep those fighters at bay so that they can blow up this, so that we can hit this convoy that's coming in. Same thing with the F-16s. They'll be holding on the right flank here, so they'll be dominating this area, and the F-18s will be dominating this area. But it's imperative that the cap flights are just kicking ass, chewing bubblegum and shit. As far as Borealis goes, they're going to be flying a racetrack from these 2 points, and they're going to be going for this moving convoy, which is just fucking massive as well. So that's the game plan for the mission. As far as takeoff times, obviously the cap flight's got to get in there first. So Fang Flight's going to be the first one off the cats. They're going to be on station at 32 minutes. Borealis is not a factor because it just doesn't matter. They're too far behind that area. The F-16s, I got them going as fast as they can. They're going to be late to the party by about a couple of minutes. You can see there, I know it's probably going to be tough with all the traffic on the airfield, but I'll let the 406 know that it's imperative that the F-16s take off first in the airfield. And you guys, you know, I know there's probably going to be like 2 or 3 of you guys, but maybe I can get on, maybe we could just find some more F-16 pilots somewhere else. But, yeah, you guys got to take off first. And feel free to get on the radio and tell the 406 guys that, hey, you know, we got to take off first. We're doing the cap flight, and there is no CAS without cap. So we got Fang Flight. It's at 32 minutes. Gas Flight is at 31 minutes. So there's going to be a 60 seconds difference between you guys. So usually everybody's pretty much going to be flying out here. They're going to break off there. Gas Flight's going to break off here. And that's going to be the mission. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Not much to it. See, AWACS is going to be flying just out here. And more than likely we're going to have tankers. I'm probably going to have the tankers flying in this area right here. So there's gonna be tankers flying in this area. Probably gonna have them just doing an orbit right here. And if there's like 4 Hornet pilots taking off, maybe at this point 2 of them break off and go and get fuel and get to max fuel. Like, keep your center bag on, get the max fuel, and then once you get the max fuel, you break off and then let them come back and get fuel and get back up to max fuel. It's imperative that you guys have a bunch of fuel to maintain this airspace, because, you know, it depends how fast the gas flight really drops their bombs on target, how fast they can find target. And knowing us, a lot of us have a really hard time with the targeting pod and have a really hard time acquiring targets, and it's really tough, and especially when I'm flying and I got to explain and help people and help troubleshoot systems, you know, and things like that. So that takes time away from me from bombing my target, because then I'm focused on you, and other pilots are focused on helping you, you know, find targets and get your bombs on targets. So gas flight is gonna probably be the best air to ground people that we have. I'm gonna be in the gas flight because I'm really successful with air to ground. I'm really good with the targeting pod, so I'm gonna be in that flight. And everybody else who is really good with air to ground is gonna be dedicated to the gas flight, because it's imperative that, like, I'm talking about, once you pick up a target, drop a bomb, fly 5 miles out, do a 3G turnaround, drop another bomb, 3G turnaround, another bomb. Like, it's gonna look like this, like a figure 8, and we gotta get those bombs off. You know, if you fly that figure 8 and you hit targets every time you turn around, you can have all your bombs off fairly quickly, because the convoy is all gonna be moving together, and once you hit them, they're all gonna break off on the road and they're gonna be stationary, and then after that, it's just gonna be just pounding and pounding and pounding and pounding. And that's pretty much it for the briefing, guys. I wish everybody good luck.